You can wear a drill, ripping up shit, ripping up shit. The truck along, man, I'm ready to rock. Jumping the grill on the mountain top. I when to rock the mic, I can't stop. Get down and get on up. Don't self-destruct, don't be a duck. Don't want the hop, keep up because the truck don't look. You like this, y'all. I never miss, and I am shit. Catch a reminisce. Getting on top of the fucking list, y'all. I don't stop. And let me see you rock. Come on, everybody, let's rock the spots. And that's a beat with the mic in your hand. Say a funky rhyme to shock the motherland.
You don't stop the rock, keep on it. And you don't stop the rock, keep on it. And I can make you dance, and I can make you sweat, and I can make you dry, and I can make you wet, and I can make you soak, and I can make you dance. Just rock the beat and rub my back. Cause I'm the master beat, the king of my camp, and I want to be known as the MC champ, the MC champ, the MC. I rap it in the mic and there ain't no thing because I got the clout, we got the juice, to rock Jack and Jill and Mother Goose, to rock Humphrey Bogart, Edgar Chief, to rock Machine Gun Kelly and Muhammad Ali, to rock the baby face Nelson and the body of Clyde. With the fire make your ride, Sally ride. With the jazz the fire, we the man for shut. With the microphone, it's just a microphone check. Microphone, it's just another disco check to get down. Get on down, to get down. Get on down, cause I was driving down the back of the radio on while I'm humming and dancing and singing a song. I'm cruising in my death town too, and I was heading for the place they call F2. I got to the place and I drove on in. The captain said, "Trent, to show these grits." If they was looking at my car playing it was me. That's when I started to get on my seat. So then I got out my seat, I opened the door. They were looking at my clothes and my death below. I had gold on my neck, some money in the boot. And then I said, I gotta change it to my soldier suit. I went to the corral, put my suit on. When I came out, everybody was gone. Then I came out, see them on the wagon. I ran for my wagon when my pants were dragging. They gave me a pair of size too big. I put my pants up and put the raggedy rig. Next thing you know, we was working all day. When the night time came, it was time to get paid. That night, I tried to keep it cool like kids. I make it pump rock, this girl boogie and swing. You don't stop, about to rock. You don't stop, about to rock. So Mr. Freeze, what? You looking out and say, niggas, stick out your hand. I know you understand, pop. Stick out your hand and grab the mic. And I'm around the grill, sock the spot. I'm boogie bitches niggas, I'm ready to rock. And I'm doing it up. And rocking you good. I tell you, Mr. Freeze, I'm used my neighborhood and everybody. Rock the house, come on, Freeze. Oh, yeah. Turns it out. Chuck a nigga up. I rock the house. I'm not going to stop until I turn it out, y'all. And yes, y'all, I don't stop. Boogie with the Freeze, get down because I'm ready to rock. The Jackie J's on the grill on the mountain top. I keep on going and I just can't stop. Come on, yo, let's start to rock the boogie, 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 and don't stop. I'm always the owner and never the renter and never the buyer. I'm the rhyme inventor, I'm the broadcaster and not a preacher. I have a conversation speaking English teacher. When I rap, I hope you comprehend. And if you don't, I have to say it again. I try my best to put your own nigga. The rest of you mad. Yeah, but when you can't understand what I say, express your anger by walking away someplace alone and very far. You probably wind up at the neighborhood bar. You can relax and get yourself a drink until you realize why your brain won't think. Young ladies, fellas, all the homeboys and all the name melons, all the cocaine and people sellers, women with no Cinderellas. So check us out, y'all, and send me on out without a shot. We got the crowd 230 now. Mr. B's on the grill and chop the house, cause I can really rock the house. We go down. I get to get on up, but Eddie, this the Freeze with MC. Choppin It Up, going down. And the name is found to be a pro now. And you found, I found that I'm really down. Choppin the grill from the underground. Out of doubt. Another qualified rocker with the vinyl finesse. Oh, who the hell you think you are? Well, I'm AJ Bless. Oh, where the hell have you been? I say Egypt, China, compared to my girl, there's no one finer. Sitting on the top of making 15 G's. Who the hell you think you are? Well, I'm a Mr. Freeze. And where the hell have you been? Well, I've been overseas, tearing up shop, rocking for the young ladies. And don't stop the rock on the mountain top. And let's rock the show. It's time to get down. Get on up, ladies. It's the Freeze, it's MC. Choppin It Up. I'm missing the party. It's on the motherfucker that makes the party start, y'all. I like this and rock the house. What to say?
Yo, what it do? What it do? We already got comments. You said you couldn't hear them. We ain't start yet. We was letting the music play. Hey, we was letting this music play, bro. That was the Jazzy 5 MCs right there. But let me do my introduction right now, man. You already commenting. Shout out to Crazy Joe. So this is a Chop Up podcast. Not every day do we get somebody that is a pioneer of this hip hop music. We're talking one of the first rap groups, the first rap group signed to Tommy Boy. Jazzy 5 MCs. First rap group in history to be inducted. Were y'all the first ones inducted into the hip hop?
Nah, there were a few before us, but we've actually been inducted into 2 hip hop Hall of Fame / museums. And then the Universal Hip Hop Museum. We're already inducted into that.
Right.
But that's still being built, and I'm actually an honorary board member on that.
Oh, that's awesome. Straight out of Soundview, Bronx, New York.
You know it.
Master Ice, Mr. Twice as Nice. How you doing today, man?
I'm chilling, my man. Good to be here, man.
I got 2 questions for you.
Uh-oh.
Who the hell you think you are?
I'm the Master Ice.
And where the hell have you been?
All around the world, my man. All around the world.
Hey, man, it's good. Not every day that, somebody tell me to do my homework. And I was actually honored to go back and research all of this stuff, everything about you, to the point where I even reached out to what's his name, Marcus. Marcus out of Fort Walton. I said, dude, how did you get a DJ that's a pioneer of this hip hop stuff to be in your group? I was like, you gotta come and do your own interview and tell me how y'all met. This is crazy.
Well, I could kind of touch on that.
Yeah.
I had already been DJing in the Fort Walton Beach area from '86 up until I was in the military, and then when I got out, I stayed in the area. I loved the area. But I was just DJing at the NCO Club on Eglin Air Force Base and other different spots in Fort Walton Beach, private functions. Every once in a while, somebody would come up to me with a CD with they rap stuff on it, and I let them know, if you cussing, don't give it to me.
Right.
But I never really heard anybody that was spitting.
Right.
They were just rapping. Mm-hmm. And then one day I got invited to the Hard Rock Cafe out in Destin.
Okay.
By a guy named Mixture, and Marcus, Oblique the Architect, and Price on the Mic, Strange Tang, they were also performing. Okay. There's some other cats that I knew out there. They had a band playing and everything. Mm-hmm. And, I just sat back and I listened, and I was like, damn, these dudes could actually rap. Right. They spitting. Okay. So then I talked to all of them. I say, yo, the next time you do this, let me DJ.
Right.
You can still have the band. I just want to do a little something. They was like, bet.
Right.
So the next time they did it, they invited me. We back at the Hard Rock. It's still kind of dinner time, mostly Caucasians in the building. Mm-hmm. So I set up my stuff because I'm plugging into them. My stuff is already set up while they still setting up equipment for the band.
Right.
And I was like, yo, y'all want me to play some music? They like, yeah. They's like, what you gonna play? I said, you don't understand. I got this. Right. And the first song I throw on, James Brown, Live at the Apollo. Give It Up, Turn It Loose. Original breakbeat. Man, Caucasians, them old men started getting up. They was like, hey. I just started playing original break dancing songs, which are rock, jazz, funk, soul. And from that kind of built up a really good rapport with the Strangers and a bunch of the other rappers in the area. So one day I was at the studio with them hanging out, and it was Marcus, Oblique, I'm not going to say Marcus, Price, Thaddeus Royale, and a couple other cats. And they would, everybody was a rapper, MC in their own way. Mm-hmm. I was like, look, I said, not one person is going to make it out of Fort Walton Beach.
Right.
Me being a DJ, I'll listen to somebody's album, but I prefer multiple voices.
Right.
Hearing the same voice over and over again. So I explained to him, I said, look, y'all need to join forces and become a group. Everybody can still do your solo stuff, your solo music. But if you join forces, now you got 3, 4, 5 guys. That's 5 different voices, 5 different points of view on one topic. You know, and I told them about the history of hip hop, you know, the Jazzy Five and the Furious Five and
Right.
the difference between an MC and a rapper and this and that. They was like, yo, that's cool. Everybody was like with it. It's like, what we gonna call ourselves? Oblique and Price would call Strange Tang.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we came up with the name The Strangers.
Right.
We said, because none of us are from here.
Gotcha.
Hip hop brought us together, you know, and we became a brotherhood. I told them I didn't want to rap.
Right.
I've been past that stage in life, but they know I was a DJ, and you know, I bring a hip hop flavor to the stage show. You know, cutting, scratching. You know,
I like the part you told them that they gotta have something in their back pocket that's not something that you haven't recorded, but that you can spit.
I explained to them, like I said, I talked to them about the history of hip hop, and I told them about I was there when Busy B and Kumo D got into it.
Oh man,
Busy B was like the chief rocker.
Yeah.
He could go to a funeral and rock it because he just get everybody a party, and he wasn't really a MC that had rhymes,
right?
But he just come in, what's your zodiac sign?
Yeah,
like a DJ
chance.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, turn it out. He did that at a battle of the MCs at Harlem World. And he would always win without really having to say rhymes because he would just rock the party.
Right.
Man, he finished doing his set. Kumo D got up there and said, yeah, how many of y'all think Busy B Starsky rocked it? And all the girls like, he said, Busy B Starsky ain't do shit. And he went in. He took Busy B the same way Eminem in his movie 8 Mile took over. That's what Kumo D did back in like 82, 83. He took Busy B Starsky, put that Bob Diddy Bob bullshit on hold. I mean, he just went in on him. And when he was done, Busy B Starsky got back on the microphone and said, that's why I'm on Kumo D's dick. and that was the end of it right there. He still did what he did because everybody know he's a party rocker. And so I explained to the strangers, I said, look, I'm from the era where we'll get up on the stage and we'll rock, and then some dudes will call you out.
Right.
So my mentality is you always have a couple of 16s, a couple of 32s in your back pocket that you're not putting on wax.
Right. Because
they also know when I DJ, they know at any time I say I'm throwing on a break beat. And now they know, forget your record rhymes.
Yeah.
We just go spit. You know, and when I would do open mics and stuff like that in Fort Walton Beach at the Green Door, everybody that got up there, I let them know, yo, okay, you could do your 2 songs. Yeah. That's fine and dandy. But the difference between a rapper and an MC is an MC comes prepared. So I would throw on a beat and they would go in. And they were like, this is different. I said, well, it's kind of like a cipher, but it's letting me know that you're serious about your craft.
Right.
Anybody could be a studio rapper. Write rhymes, okay, you got songs.
Right.
But what happens if, like I said, somebody walk up on the stage after you and say, okay,
now what you got?
Yeah, now what you got? You know, you have to be prepared for that as an MC.
Right.
You know, no rapping over vocals.
Yeah.
You know, I want to hear you live.
I know that get on your nerves.
Well,
especially open mics.
Well, see, the thing is, my open mics, no.
Right.
You bring the instrumental. Now you can have the background vocals on it. 98% of the people brought the instrumentals.
Okay.
Because the strangers, the good thing about our open mics was we would pull a person to the side after they got off the stage and just kind of give them pointers. Mm-hmm. Yo, how you rapping and you got the mic down here?
Right.
You know, and that's what a lot of dudes do when the vocals is on the song. They got the mic down here, they turning their head, they doing it. And it's like, I could have just bought the song.
Right.
Why am I paying money to come see you perform and you got 30 people up there with you? And you ain't even really doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Jumping around. Yeah, you don't even have the mic
with the cell phones. And it's like, come on, man. You know, if people are paying money, I like I told the strangers, I said, look, for instance, God bless the dead, Frankie Beverly. Mm-hmm. Frankie Beverly and Maze didn't have to put out a new song for like 20 years.
Right.
But when they showed up to do it, they were constantly getting booked because they had a stage show. Mm-hmm. You know, and a lot of the hip hop groups from back where I come from, the Cold Crush Brothers, right. Stage show. Fantastic Five, stage show. Furious Five, stage show. Jazzy Five, stage show. Right. I mean, we dancing, we coming out the battles back then, these dudes today, they couldn't even attempt to hang out. Man, Fantastic Five walking out with a casket.
Man, that's crazy.
Laying blase blah to death and this and that. I mean, coming out with tuxedos and Tommy guns,
Yeah.
Cold Crush Brothers. I mean, we actually took it the extra mile because people were paying their $2 or $3 for maybe $5 to get in. And it was like, you dared to be different.
Right.
You know, and then besides the rhymes, it's like, yo, people want to see a show. And that's how we looked at it.
Yeah.
You know.
So coming up in Soundview in the Bronx, how was that as far as pursuing music, and how were you able to jump over the hurdles that come with the inner city?
Well, we're going to talk about jumping over the hurdles.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you looked up Soundview, otherwise known as Gunsmoke,
yeah.
Bang Bang Boogie, and
bang,
all of that
bang,
stuff.
Boogie.
See, this is the thing. When I was growing up, my mother, growing up in the projects, everybody knew her. She raised a lot of the kids, and she ruled with an extension cord.
Okay.
So me and my brother already knew what time it was. It was like, and my mentality was, I'm not getting my ass whooped for nobody. So I'm not following nobody. So that made me a leader at a very young age.
Right.
When my friends was like, yo, let's go da-da-da-da. I was like, I'm going to play basketball. Y'all be cool.
Yeah.
You know, there's a bunch of other different things to do. And early on, you a punk, you this. I'm like, you know something? I'll be that.
Right.
I'm not getting my ass. My father told me, he said, if you go get your ass whooped, make sure you the leader.
Yeah.
And then the other thing he told me that was profound and literally changed my life. He said, why would you follow behind people that are dumber than you? And so that I was like, because I mean, I'm not saying I was smarter than anybody, but I went to private school.
Right.
That's the other thing that kept me. I went to Catholic school for 12 years. Right. You know, most of my friends went to public school. Ain't no knock on public school, but I didn't have to deal with a lot of the things that they had to deal with. Them nuns and priests didn't play that.
Right.
you know, and between them and then my moms, they call my moms. My mom's coming up to school with the extension cord.
That's
you know,
talk about it, man.
Yeah, so you know, so that's like
golden era.
That's called, you know, and nowadays they may call it child abuse. I call it instilling discipline, instilling a confidence, but also letting you know about consequences.
Right.
That's the main thing.
That's nothing compared to when you get in trouble as an adult and you actually got to sit down, go down that road. They making sure that you don't even think about making those type of decisions.
Because you know when you came in the house, it was my mom just swinging it, take everything off. You know, and then the music thing. My father, I grew up in a house of music.
Right.
My father played records, literally. I would say every day, but every Friday when he got paid, he come in with a stack of 45s. This is way back in the day, you know.
Wow. And
he would play them, and I'm 3, 4, 5 years old. I'm out there like by 7, 8 years old. He let me put the records on. The thing, you know, pick out 6 or 7 songs, you know, put them on. So him and my mom's and it'd be a few neighbors, you know, they'd be in there dancing and this and that. So I grew up with James Brown, the funk, the Meters, the soul, the Temptations, Motown, Aretha Franklin. So I already had the soul in me just from hearing them sing. And then James Brown is the funkiest. Everybody talk about funk. He got the original funk band. You know, you play his stuff now, you feel it.
Right.
You know, so growing up listening to that, and then I have an older sister named Leona. She's 10 years older than me. You know, my pops passed away when I was 14. Right. My older sister used to listen to music. She turned me on to Philly Soul, Santana, Bob Marley, Carole King, a nice mixture. You know, but still a soul, Teddy Pendergrass, right. Blue Magic, et cetera, et cetera. You know, so by the time I hit 15, 16, 14, hip hop was already bubbling. You know, I wasn't really hanging out because, like I said, Mama Hay was like, you know, but I was hearing, I would get to hear tapes of like a rapper rapping.
Right.
I remember being in 8th grade religion class, man, writing me a rhyme. And getting caught by the religion teacher. He made me actually go up in front of my class and say the rhyme. And I was like, you got the wrong one. I went up there and said my rhyme. He punished me anyway. He's like, yeah, you ain't saying no rhymes, you know. And then, but I always wanted to be a DJ.
Right.
So either my 16th Christmas, 16 or 17, my mom's bought me turntables.
Okay.
I already knew Jazzy J. He was the cousin of my best friend, one of my best friends.
Wow.
So we was right. He was already a mechanic making speakers, making bikes. I mean, yeah,
he was that guy. Everybody got that friend too.
Yeah. So he was already kind of quote unquote. I had we'll say the bottom of the line turntables. My mom's ain't know no better, and I didn't expect her to go out and buy me 1200 techniques. He had the techniques. So when I got my turntables and my mixer, I borrowed an amp from a friend. I borrowed a speaker from somebody, and he came in. He gave me a quick lesson. Mm-hmm. Once I saw what he did on my turntables, I know I would never be a quote unquote hip hop DJ.
Gotcha.
Like, nah. Because after he did what he did, I was like, nah, that's okay. That ain't good. I'm going to play the music, mix it. I'll scratch a little bit, do what I do. And I found my own lane. My brother, he's MC Sundance, rest in peace. Okay. He was the one that was the MC. Him and Jazzy J used to run around in Harlem, 15, 16 years old, battling people.
Wow.
My moms didn't even know. I didn't even know. Running around, rapping all over the place and this and that. And one day we're in the house and I'm DJing. He's like, man, you need to be an MC. I'm like, why? He said, man, because your voice, man, the girls will love you. I was like, okay. And then he knew I loved English. English was my major. He said, you love writing and you love reading and this and that. I was a nerd. I ain't gonna even front. He said, write 432s, 532 bar raps. And the next time I go to Bronx River Center, you coming with me. Ooh. I'm petrified of Bronx River Center. Zoo Nation, formerly the Black Spades. That place was crazy to me. Right. Just going in Bronx River, you get robbed. But I'm with him. I'm like, okay, whatever. Jazzy's in there DJing and this and that. So Sundance, I write my rhymes. We go back and forth for like 3 or 4 days practicing them and this and that. He's like, okay, Saturday we going to Bronx River Center. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm scared to death.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah, because so he gets up on the stage, he starts doing his thing, and he was when he was down with the Soul Sonic Force, him, Pow Wow, Biggs, Hutch, Ice, Lisa Lee. It might have been a few other people. There's a bunch of MCs.
Right.
So he started rapping and this and that. And him and Pow Wow was up there because all of them wouldn't be up there at the same time because there's like 8 or 9 of them. So it was like 1 or 2 would go. They was just doing solo rhymes.
Right.
And so him and Pow Wow was doing what they was doing. And then he's like looking at me, come over here. And I'm looking at him like, man, I ain't going up there. He's like, come on. So finally, I walked out there and this and that. And he got Pow Wow to give me his mic. So I got Pow Wow's mic. And he's like, Master Ice, you say you rock the best. Why don't you get on your mic? Prove to the rest that you, got a touch of finesse. And then I had a little thing where I said to him, you got, a touch of finesse. Well, I'm in first place. I can never be last. Master Ice is on your ass, y'all. And then I just started rapping. Everybody was like, oh, okay. I did a rhyme. Then I passed it back to him. He did a rhyme. He passed it back and this and that. Jazzy was smiling because he knew both of us. Bam was standing there looking like, okay. So when I was done, Bam came up to me. He's like, yo, you down to Zoom Nation now. I'm like, okay, so Sonic Force.
Wow.
And then he ended up coming to Soundview to sit down and talk with my moms, make sure that she was cool with us traveling with him to the different parts of the South Bronx doing parties and this and that.
That's cool that he actually, sat down and did that.
Well, for him, it was 2 parts. The first part was that, because we were still quote unquote underage.
Right.
The second part was he knew that Black family in the projects, we was playing music.
Yeah.
And Bam was like always scavenging for records. They call them master of records. My father had passed away. I'm not paying no mind. He's like, he looks at the hi-fi. He's like, you got some records in there? I'm like, yeah. Can I go through? I'm like, yeah, he's going through. I ain't paying no mind because it's like those are 60s. I ain't paying that stuff no mind. Man, next time my mom's like, yeah, you can have them. I ain't paying no mind. Next time I go to Bronx River Center, he jamming James Brown. Now he got 2 of this. I'm going, those are the records you took out of the house. He's like, yeah, smiling. I'm like, ain't this a mom? But yeah, he basically and then Master B was also with us that night. And so the two of us got down to Soul Sonic Force, and it ended up being about 8 or 9 of us or whatever. And we rap with Bam, Jazzy. Red Alert was down at that time. Africa Islam was down. Grand Mixer DST, the dude that rocked Herbie Hancock Rocket.
Right.
That's Grand Mixer DST. They was all like, there was a whole bunch of DJs down to Zulu Nation. Gotcha. So we got to travel a little bit, do some shows with them locally, in the Bronx and in Manhattan and this and that. Because by then, Bronx River Center was the place to be, junior high school 123. And then they finally got a quote unquote, like a club called the T Connection.
Okay.
And that's where, it started going from the junior high schools and this and that to an actual club where hip hop was being played. And then, the Fever and all the other places came along after that.
Right.
Ecstasy Garage. Those were great times, man, because like I said, it was battles. It was, you was actually getting to hear different DJs. First time I heard Grandmaster Flash was at the T Connection.
How was that?
That's why I said I know I wasn't going to be no hip hop DJ, him and Jazzy. He took To Be Real by Cheryl Lynn. When he got through with the song, I didn't know what it was. And it was on beat.
Right.
I was like, oh my God. And then I got to see the we performed with the Furious Five at Bronx River Center. Bambaataa used to record everything. So he could, have it on CD. That night they Flash pulled out the beatbox and they did a song called Flash It to the Beat. First time ever done it. Bam recorded it and put it on a plate. So now he actually had a record. And on the B side, he put some mix that he had put together that was hot.
Right.
He started playing that plate. Sylvia Robinson, they was already Flash and them was already down with Sugar Hill Records. He started playing that plate. Sylvia Robinson had them go in the recording studio and re-record it for her so she could sell it. Oh yeah. But that was like an amazing night because to hear them, first of all, to see them, they were like rock stars, in a hip hop community because they was like bigger than life to the rest of us. I know with my group, when we decided to do the Jazzy Five, we were looking at them because we said if we got a battle, we got to have somebody for Melly Mel, Raheem, for all of them. And so we're looking, me, Master B, Sundance, and my man Charlie Chu. We were originally the Jazzy Four.
Okay.
And of course, my brother being the type of person he was, like, man, I quit. I don't feel like practicing. I'm gonna be a solo MC. And Charlie Chu went away to school.
Right.
So I'm like, damn, now it's just me and B. But we had little groups, hip hop groups in Soundview.
Right.
Rockzilla crew was there, and they had MCs and this and that. And so we had already kind of met everybody. And my thing was, I'm not really into fighting. So whoever we putting down, they got to be good with the knuckle game also.
Yeah.
So the first dude we recruited was Chuck Freeze. Like I said, he yo size, he born crazy.
Right.
So we put him down. And then I said, yo, in order for us to really match up with some of these other groups, we need somebody that can sing. I could carry a note, but I'm not a singer.
Right.
Master D can sing. So we put him down.
Yeah.
And so we had 4. And they was like, who we gonna pick for the 5th person? I said, well, I don't really. So basically, we had a little contest, and it came AJ Less. We ended up picking AJ Less, and we became the Jazzy 5 MCs with DJ Jazzy J and DJ Red Alert. We did a few parties here and there with Africa Bambaataa.
This is so awesome, man. Red Alert, man.
Yeah, man. Yo, yeah. We did a couple of parties and noticed this skinny white dude hanging around because Bam was the only DJ that could really go downtown in Manhattan.
Right.
Because he played punk, reggae, rock.
He got it all.
Calypso. He played everything. You be dancing and he throwing a Jackson 5. You're like, what the hell? And then he throwing a Pink Panther. And you be like, and then he'll throw in some crazy break beat. And you be like, damn, that's hot. So he played everything. So the punk rockers loved him.
Right.
Because he was playing punk. He was playing Cars. He was Here in My Car by Gary Newman. He was playing all type of stuff. So they invited him to come down there. So that they started coming to Bronx River. And so we performing one night. And after we finished, Slim White dude walks over to us. He's like, yo, would y'all like to do a record? We're like, yeah. Because I think Sugar Hill Gang already, their record was out. Right. It's about maybe 10 or 12 records that were already out, but it was And he's like, would y'all like to use Genius of Love or Funky Sensation? I said Funky Sensation.
Now, what made you pick Funky Sensation?
Because I know first of all, Genius of Love was like an instrumental.
Right.
You know, and I figured everybody was going to use that. Like I told you, we patterned ourselves after like the Jackson 5. So I was an R&B / hip hop DJ.
Gotcha.
Funky Sensation was funky by Gwen McCrae. You know, and I figured instead of calling it Funky Sensation, we could call it Jazzy Sensation.
That was smooth.
Yeah. You know, yeah. I mean, and then like you earlier, you were talking about us having 12 minutes of routines.
Right.
Jazzy Sensation is just routines that we already doing. We just changed some words at the end of each one, like with the Zulu Nation, Africa Bambaataa. We just added those in it. Mm-hmm. So with Zulu Nation, to check us out with our Jazzy Sensation. Right. Can you feel it? We just knew how to add it in, like the beginning. We was trying to figure out how we gonna start it, and it's like all the ladies in there. I said, let's get the crowd, let's get them right off the bat.
Right.
You know, all the ladies in the house, the ladies. So soon as that comes in, you already like, oh, okay. And then good enough. Hey, party people, just bust this. These are all routines that we put together.
Yeah.
And we just stacked them. And like I said, changed a couple of lines here or there. Went in the studio, the recording studio. Is crazy because, like I said, Chuck Freeze was the crazy one in the group. First day we go in there, he's nowhere to be found. So we literally recorded the whole song, the whole record without him.
Wow.
Second time we go and he's there. We like, where was you at? The cops had picked him up for something. He said it was mistaken identity. We was like, yeah, all right. You know.
Allegedly.
Yeah. You know, and so he came in and he punched in his parts.
Right.
And then they liked my voice because it was deep. And they was like, well, we want you to just ad lib. And the rest of the guys could just fall in. I was like, okay, so if you listen to the whole song, after the break, you hear all type of crazy stuff we say. I'm just ad-libbing.
Right.
About 2-3 days later, we outside in Soundview, outside somebody's blasting music out of their radio from their window, and Mr. Magic. I got something brand new. Throws it on. We like, hey, that's our song.
What?
All Soundview going crazy. They running from the other side of the projects. Yo, man, that's Ice of the man. Yo, Soundview. And from then on, it was on.
That's amazing. What was the feeling like? Like, how did you feel inside with that?
Was
it like
good.
Surreal?
It was because first of all we never heard the mix.
Oh, okay.
You know, before he was finished with it, I told Tommy Boy, I said, look, you need to bring Shep Pettibone. He was this well-known master mixer on the radios in New York. He used to take songs, and when he got through with them, he was like, damn.
Yeah.
I said, you need to. He did a master mix, the Funky Sensation. I said, you need to get Shep, man. Let him come in and touch this up. So we never got a chance to hear the final. And then we didn't know all the ad-libbing was going to be on the record.
Right.
Tommy took everything. And Arthur Baker mixed it. And then we heard on the radio, it's like we were happy, but then the happiness turned to sadness like the next day. B's uncle worked from one of the record labels. So he called B's like, yo, what type of contract did y'all sign? We like, contract? We ain't signed no contract. You know, this is, I mean, we 18, 17, right. You know, so we didn't really know. So, you know.
Well, Bam knew, right?
We're not even going there with that. Right?
Right,
okay, right, yeah,
right.
but yeah, because he had already signed the contract.
Gotcha.
You know, so Tommy gave us a contract. And I looked at the contract. Now, the one thing I did pride myself on was being very smart and being able to read. Mm-hmm. I didn't have to take it to a lawyer. Because when I read 2% spread out over 5, 6 people, because I think they counted Bam, counting 6 people, even if it was 5, I said, hold on. I am a human, right? This ain't, I mean, you gonna give me a half a penny? And then you taking out costumes, studio time. You taking everything out of our 2%. I said, I'm not signing this.
Right.
And some of the guys like, come on, man. I said, yo, I'm not signing this for nobody. So we sent it back. We said, this is what we want. And he was like, I'm not giving y'all that. We was like, well, then, you know, we got some people take the record off the radio. He took the record off the radio in New York, but he had it on the radio every place else. And then the DJs that had the mix shows, they were still playing a song.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, we got some shows. We got to go different places to perform it because we're still with the Zulu Nation. But you know, and that's still not settled to this day. So any pro bono lawyers, music lawyers that's out there, we got some major money hopefully sitting there waiting for us from 1981 up to now. And we actually got them. We just trying to find a pro bono lawyer. Because the one thing we did do, we copyrighted our lyrics through ASCAP. Then we found out that he copyrighted our lyrics and said it was work for sale.
Right.
So we know we already got him. And he know that, but that's a whole nother story. So any pro bono lawyers out there that can help some brothers out?
I'm going to make sure I clip this part.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure I clip this part and put that out there for any pro bono lawyers
and
out there.
And see, the sad thing is, he literally, Tom Silverman, Tommy Boy, he literally jerked a whole lot of people. He did that De La Soul.
Wow.
If you remember, they were fighting for their this and that and that and this. And it's like they were big time.
Right.
We were the first rap group on Tommy Boy Records. He used the money from our song to do Planet Rock.
Mm.
Planet Rock is like one of the biggest rap hip hop songs ever. Yeah. And those are my boys, So Sonic Biggs, you know, Pow Wow, right. Globe, you know. I love them to death. Those are my brothers for life. You know, but it's like, and I can't hate on them.
Right. Nah,
you know,
can't.
Yeah, you know.
But still. That's too close for comfort for me. But that's So you brought up Grandmaster Flash earlier, and well, the story was so interesting I couldn't ask the question, but isn't he deemed as the person that invented the scratching?
It's a combination of him / Grand Wizard Theodore.
Okay.
Some say Theodore did it. Some say, you know, Flash will say he did it, you know. See, my thing is, I can't say what happened before I came outside.
Right.
You know, I could only talk about what I saw, what I heard. I was told that, you know, Kool Herc is the father of hip hop, you know. And we actually performed with him and this and that, but I can't speak on what happened in 73.
Right.
You know, but I do know that the first DJ that I saw outside was Disco King Mario. Okay. And there are people in the South Bronx that'll tell you that Herc and Bam used to come to Mario block parties.
Oh, okay.
And I kind of know that for a fact. But the question comes up, was Disco King hip hop?
Right.
You know, because there was a bunch of DJs playing and doing block parties, but a lot of them were playing disco. You know, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, and with Herc being the first DJ to just play the break beat, if that's what separates them, then like I said, I wasn't there.
Right.
You know.
Okay. All right. I know. You know, you're gonna have to come back a couple of times for us to cover everything that you have to talk about.
I got you.
That we have to talk about because
well, especially with the history.
Right, with the history.
But I do want to shout out my boys, the Strangers.
Yes.
Elevated Underground. They definitely helped keep me young. You know. And I love doing shows with them.
Right. Oblique, Hollywood Michi, the Weirdo, Low Key Looney.
All of them. Yeah, those are my brothers. You know, right. Brotherhood. When they say brotherhood built this, we really and truly mean that. We've got to travel a little bit to Atlanta, Texas, a couple other places, and do shows and this and that. Yeah. And like I always told them, I said, if we do as long as we have a stage show, wherever we go, we tear it down.
Right.
I could assure you of that. We tear it down because most people, they up there by themselves. Okay, they saying they rhyme. And it's like, okay. Now you got 5 dudes up there and they got synchronized this and that and that. And then, like I said, I'm cutting, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's actually a hip hop show. I know one artist, I forgot his name, rapper out of Atlanta, actually had some success with a couple of hot songs or whatever. Mm-hmm. He did a show with us in Fort Walton Beach. And he actually said we were a cross between Wu-Tang and Goody Mob.
I definitely see the Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
And that, but yeah, now that you say it, that's a good comparison.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang and Goody Mob.
Yeah. Because we had that Wardy gives us that New Orleans soul funk with his deep voice and the funk that he brings to it, you know, but they all spit.
Right.
And that's what I like about him. You know, I told him, I said, yo, you gotta have rhymes. I don't care what type of beat you spit to, because I understand this ain't my generation.
Yeah.
So y'all pick your beats, but I got to hear lyrics, you know, and that's the one thing I pride them on. Even like Hollywood would tell you, man, at first I couldn't stand Ice. Cause I'd be like, nah, man, you got to come better than that.
Right.
But once he started really and truly getting in and really realized, I said, cause what you saying, man, the world's gonna hear it. You know, and putting nothing out there that's garbage or whatever. Now that brother spits fire.
Right.
And because he's writing from the heart.
Him and Daddy has got a nice one out.
Oh yeah.
I like that video. I like the visual they put with that.
That is just raw.
The man had a
Yes, that I kind of introduced that to like the 52 blocks. I brought it up being from New York and knowing bits and pieces.
I was like, that's a New York thing. What you doing?
He took it and ran with it. But that's how he raps. Fad raps violently, like you be like, damn, okay, yeah.
The man had her.
Yeah, you know. And then Price is smooth with it. Price hits you with metaphors and this and that. And he's always coming from the black tip,
right?
You know, that conscious tip. He's always gonna drop something in there. You're like, damn, okay. You know, Oblique, I dubbed him the architect. He'll tell you that.
Yeah.
You know, because he's like the puppet master. He's behind the mixing board. He's you know, he knows where to do this and where to do that. And then lyrically, that boy ain't no joke.
Right.
You know, I mean, lyrically, he ain't no joke. I listen to some of the stuff he says and I'm like, damn. And, you know, and I told him, I said, when I got with him, I said, for me, it's all about trying to help y'all get on.
Right.
You know, how I could do that, I don't know, because everybody I know is like my age. You know, so they no longer in the music business. But that's my dream, for them to help them get on, make it big. And then I told him, I said, I don't want nothing. I'll DJ a couple of shows, but I'm getting ready to retire.
Right.
You know, but what I do, when y'all win some, y'all better say, yo, shout out to the Master Ice, aka Cool Ice Water.
Man, you know? The only thing I see, or the only thing that I think that'll help them, because anywhere around these parts, when you hear Elevated Underground, you already know Oblique meets. That's from like here, Panama City, Fort Walton, all that. You know, so it's like they got their like cult fan base. You got that. Now now people just probably want to see more visuals, which I was glad that, especially with that, I was glad that he got to drop some visuals in the past year.
Well, I know we working on an album.
Right.
So I know when that gets completed, there's definitely going to be some more visuals.
Yeah.
And I also want to shout out, because I got my people out here in Pensacola too.
Okay.
My man Rashawn Starworth.
Oh man.
My man AJ the musician.
I'm with the musician.
Faith. Yo, like I said,
Faith is.
I was bringing all of them down to the green door.
Yeah.
The first time I heard AJ, I was like, oh my God, this brother could spit and sing.
Yeah. You
know, him and Faith were with each other doing a show. As soon as they was done, it wasn't my show. I was like, I need your name number because y'all coming back.
Yeah.
Actually, and then Mother Culliver, she used to live in Pensacola.
She moved.
She's in Tallahassee. I actually had an opportunity to go to Huntsville, Alabama, to do a show, no cussing, a concert out in the park. And I brought Faith and Mother Culliver with me, you know, so they could experience this and that and that and this. Faith turned it out because she has a song that she knows I love called Faith.
Yeah.
She can sing that for me all day, every day. Mother Culliver, when I say she turned it out with her pro black, she did Nappy.
That's my favorite one.
I remixed it on the fly. She was doing to the song, and the guy that was hosting, he's like, yo, you got to do that again. I said, Mother Culliver, we go do it this way. And I threw on Funky Drummer by James Brown. She looked at me. I said, she just started spitting. I was like, the whole crowd went crazy. She's like, Ice, you crazy? I said, yo, it's the same speed. Just do what you do.
Right.
You know, tore it down. And, you know, that's my main thing, trying to make a difference in the lives of others. You know, I have my little bit of time. You know, now for me, it was all about helping others get on. I'm at the age now where, you know, wifey will tell you, it's almost time for me to say,
oh man, don't
you know,
never. Nah, I'm just kidding. We all gotta go sometime.
Yeah,
but,
you know.
yeah.
If I'll still do a hip hop show here or there, like I told the strangers, when y'all need me, this and that, you know, because that's gonna be in my blood.
Right.
And like what's her name? Miss Morrison, Hale.
Oh yeah.
She DJs, right? Yeah, she
DJ
bad.
Hale.
She bad too.
Yeah, DJ
You
Hale,
know,
nice.
like I said, I give props where props is due. We did something on the beach, and I was like, okay.
She get in the zone now.
Oh, I know.
Dangerous.
Like I said, I appreciate the fact that the youngsters are creating and still, as far as the art form, yeah, we got some that's on that. You know, I call it. We'll just say rap music. I ain't gonna call it what I really call it, but I'm glad we got people that are actually putting a pen to the pad and realizing that there's a difference between hip hop and rap, just like there's a difference between an MC and a rapper. You know, and so that's why, like, Rashawn Starworth grew up in my Boys and Girls Club. I used to run the Boys and Girls Club for 15 years.
Wow.
And I'm doing Fort Walton Beach. But I was out here. I was out here in Pensacola for about 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, I was an area director. At that time, I was going to all the Boys and Girls Club that fell under the Emerald Coast. But Rashawn used to come to my Boys and Girls Club in Fort Walton Beach, and he'll tell you, man, I let them play music long as it was clean. But on Fridays, it was me. I'm playing Nas, Biggie. Yeah. I'm playing lyricists. And so I see him one night years later. I'm at the Green Day. He's like, yo, Ice, let me rap. I'm like, man, get your little ass out of here. Man, you can't rap a sandwich. He like, you crazy. I said, okay, check this out. I'm going to throw in a beat. You get up there. You know, if you ain't saying that, I'm pulling the plug. He's like, man, I threw in a beat. This brother started spitting. I was like, oh, my God. And then he dropped down to his knees and started singing something. I was like, when he got off, I bowed down. I was like, I didn't know. I didn't know. You know, like I said, I give props to those that you could see that they're putting in the work and they're doing.
Yeah. Shout out to Rashawn Starworth.
He's a beast.
He's a beast, and we're gonna wrap it up right here because it's almost time for you to.
Yeah.
And but make this one of the things that you do. You can spin the block and come to the Chop Up podcast. Just give me a date and a time, and we'll come and do it because it's a lot that we got to cover.
Oh yeah, with the history.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely got to. But that's crazy. We ended it on Rashawn Starworth, and the crazy story is I seen this man when he performed at one of these festivals in Pensacola. He literally did a backflip onto the stage. Yeah. And grabbed the mic and started rapping. He got everybody's attention with that. I'm like, man, you're crazy.
He has an old soul.
Yeah.
You know, he literally reminds me of ODB and Redman.
ODB and Redman, yeah.
Because he reminds me of an old blues singer. When he sings, he got some songs where, like I said, he dropped down on his knees and started singing. I was like, oh, and then he could actually sing a little something. You know.
Oh, man, so we're gonna hold on. PMM Radio. Yeah. What it do? This is Big V, and you tuned into the Chop Up podcast on WPMM Radio. Yeah. Definitely had to put that in there. But this is the Chop Up podcast. We had Master Ice on here. Today, we're gonna definitely circle back around. We're gonna get more content. We're gonna talk about more history of hip hop, especially in the 70s. We're gonna go into the 80s. We're gonna talk about all of that.
And my name back then was the Master Ice. Once I came to Fort Walton Beach back in '86, I changed my name to Cool Ice Water.
Cool Ice Water.
Cool Ice Water. So people actually know who I am.
Yes, sir. We interviewing Cool Ice Water next time. We did Master Ice this time. We do Cool Ice Water next time for sure. But man, it's such a pleasure. Like I said, man, you're a legend in my eyes.
Thank you.
I'm glad to have done this research. And man, I'm just doing more. I've really been playing this like all week.
Uh-huh.
Up and coming. I was like, oh nah, I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna show him my research.
Yeah, when I saw the flyers, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I forgot there's a college where they the hip hop pioneers, they donated all this stuff. I'll find out the name of the college because it's online.
Yeah.
They have literally 500-600 flyers. Bambaataa has like 50 crates of records there. You could actually go and have turntables set up. You could pull out the records, and it's like literal hip hop history.
Wow.
I cannot remember that name of that college either, but
we'll get it.
Yeah,
no worries.
Definitely.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. We are out.